Hello, psyheads, and welcome back to my psychedelic tutorial. So in this one, I will teach you how to create one really powerful and really psychedelic percussion effect. It's mostly used in full-on psytrance, but of course you can use it in any style you want. You should do a crossovers of all the genres and styles and everything. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, in front of me there is a project of my new dark full-on Twilight full-on song. So I will play it to you, and later I will show you how to create this one particular psychedelic sound. About all this lagging and bugs and stuff like that. But anyways, the sound I will teach you how to create is this one. So let's start. Yeah. Okay, so here I have some basic drum rack with basic sounds in it. It's like some bongos and some congas. Nothing really special, and it really doesn't matter what percussion you use for this sound effect. The main thing is, what are you going to do with those sounds? How are you going to process them to sound much more psychedelic and much more amazing? So yeah, the first thing you want to do is to put a simple delay on your drum rack track. So now that we have our simple delay, we will turn off the sync button and we will use a delay time in milliseconds. And the main thing about this effect is actually pure physics. So if you pull this thing all the way down to 1 millisecond and bring the feedback all the way up, you will get a tone, a real musical tone out of something that does not have a tone in its spectral of frequencies naturally, but now it will get a tone. It's a very pure and really high tone. So the main thing we want to do is to set up the settings of delay time to fit with our track, and so we can manipulate the frequency of these sounds into a tone, musical tone we like. So we can get different notes depending on the delay time. And the thing I actually did to help you out with this is to write a list of delay times and the notes they produce. And you can download this if you go into the description of this video. So, smaller delay time means higher notes, while bigger delay time means lower notes. So anyways, my track is in D sharp or E flat if you want, and I think I'll use this one, 12.85 milliseconds. So let's do it. 12.85 milliseconds. So now we have this one. This is a D sharp or E flat, and now this sounds fits to my bass line and into the tonality of my song. So let's check it out. Yeah, it fits. So all we have to do now is to create one really good rhythmic pattern. So yeah, here I did some really simple rhythmic pattern, and you can hear it without the effect right now. It's so simple, but for the sake of this tutorial, it is good. And what I'm going to do now is to play with feedback here, so let's try it. So yeah, you realize the smaller the feedback, the shorter the decay and sustain time of the note. So you can play with this on your automations and stuff like that, but we can do this sound even more cool if we put, for example, some overdrive. I will lower the volume of this track now with the overdrive. And yeah, what overdrive gives us is that it emphasizes some of the harmonics that are higher, creating some really good tones. So let's see. That's pretty cool. We will put some EQ here to see what's happening and to cut all the low frequency. You see that you can do wonders with this thing. It's really good. You can even slightly detune it. So let's say here is 12.85 and we will put 13 on this one. And now it sounds like this. So the tone is slightly detuned, but it also gives you a bigger stereo image, which is really good, of course. So yeah, you can play with lots of different kinds of distortions and effects, of course, on this sound. And you can maybe even do something like this. You can map the transposition modulations of each note to macro. Let's do it. And now map to transpose, yeah? Controls, transpose, right click, map to transpose, or macro one. And yeah. So now we have this knob here that will automate the transposition modulation of each of these sounds. So let's hear it. So yeah, it's like producers like Tristan, he does it in almost every track. And the main thing is to know this list so you can know how much delay time you want depending of the key your track is. So yeah, psyheads, I hope you will have really good fun with this sound. And thank you so much for supporting me and watching my tutorials and listening to my music and everything. You are the best. And yeah, I was thinking about maybe creating a music theory tutorial. Are you in for that? Let me know in the comments. Thank you, psyheads. Bye!